Welcome back, YouTubers, to our Elimination Chamber preview video, the pay-per-view before the big one, that is WrestleMania on April the 1st, April Fool's Day. Well, it's not April Fool's here because we're definitely doing the Elimination Chamber preview, guys, as much as we may not want to after that shitty SmackDown. But we're the British Fist, here to give you the preview video.
Ka-ching!
I'm Mr. Parkin, positive as ever, and this guy sitting next to me. Also, shaking off that shitty SmackDown, fighting it off, it would seem, metaphorically. It's NJ!
What's up?
What's up indeed? Enthusiasm is the name of the game, NJ. Subscribe up above, like this video, and comment your thoughts going into this pay-per-view Elimination Chamber.
And because we're nice, guys, please make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
And if you guys wouldn't be nice enough, yes, go check those links down in the description box below. So, preview to Elimination Chamber, the what we would call a filler pay-per-view before the WrestleMania, the big WrestleMania pay-per-view. I think one thing we want to touch on first, and I think we both agree with this one, is our rant about why the fuck this is Elimination Chamber when we have 12 of the top, I say top, talents in WWE in 2 matches. Do you really think it's time that WWE, with their lack of star power at the moment, to really maybe move away from the Elimination Chamber concept and maybe just have 1 Elimination Chamber match rather than 2, which takes up most of the talent on the card?
What I'm going to say is in some of our reviews of the past, we've said some great Elimination Chambers, some great ones that we can remember, things that had great things, great build, great wrestlers, and now they're building up to a whole pay-per-view about it. And I think with the idea they're having 2 chambers, that's, as we said, 12 wrestlers all in 2 chambers split, and it really lets down the match that we could have on a pay-per-view.
Because this pay-per-view's only got 4 matches, and I'm sorry, but even for a filler pay-per-view that we're admittedly getting for free, the 4 matches just isn't enough, isn't it? I mean, we don't have Sheamus, who's the Royal Rumble winner on this card. You know, who else could we have on the fucking card?
Well, we speak about Sheamus quickly, and the fact that he's won the Royal Rumble, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, and the fact that obviously it's one right before WrestleMania, the fact that this would be a perfect chance for him to be in a feud, in a match, to give him that pay-per-view win before WrestleMania, they really let us down, and Sheamus is just going to probably have a filler match.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty meaningless. I mean, even last year they had Del Rio versus Kofi, and even that was a little filler feud, which kind of worked. It gave Del Rio the win and made him look strong going into WrestleMania. But it's a shame they haven't done the same with Sheamus. And again, I think that's the whole problem with SmackDown with their lack of star power, and injuries haven't helped them either.
And that brings us on to the next wrestler, Del Rio. Like, he's had, as we said before, matches against Kofi and all that, and now in this one, again, there's a chance that he could return, because on pay-per-view sometimes wrestlers do make returns.
This pay-per-view could do with, I will say right now.
There's so many wrestlers on SmackDown that are not there, and with Del Rio maybe coming and joining the SmackDown roster or just coming to make a return, it would be a big thing for this chamber, and maybe a big thing for Del Rio to have a return pay-per-view match.
So no, it doesn't really sell the pay-per-view well when we're sitting there in the preview, and the first thing we have to do is try and guess the other matches. When we've just had the go-home show for SmackDown. Well, that is such a ridiculous thing for us to have to do. Guess some of the matches that are going to happen, because there's only 4 announced. Just ridiculous, in my opinion.
We'll quickly run over the last 3 we've got. Like, me personally, Dan might not agree, but like, just to add entertainment to this, just to give us something there, I'm thinking, yes, he's not really done much recently,
matches.
But why not have the Funkasaurus having a bit of entertainment to this pay-per-view just to lighten it up, because obviously our mood might not be best going into it.
Especially if he's going to have that dance-off with Rikishi at WrestleMania, which WWE should definitely book. We could see a tag title match, but we just had a potential tag title match done on SmackDown. Jack Swagger is on Superstars, so why the fuck would he be on a pay-per-view with the US Championship? So, you know, what the fuck is WWE doing on the road to WrestleMania? I mean, goddamn. Should we... Your thoughts on the build as well while we're here? Just the general build of these 4 matches.
I'm going to say, with the SmackDown one, because of injuries, they've really let it down.
Yes.
It's not been the greatest build-up for that. And plus, when we get into that, you'll hear more detail. John Cena and Kane, that's been going. So I'm guessing that's had pretty good. Divas, yes, you could say that Beth's been getting wind, and Tamina will get more in detail. And the Raw one, I'm going to give that a thumbs up. There we go.
Yeah, so it's not that the build has been bad. It's just that there's so much filler and there's so little substance going on with this pay-per-view, which really does set it up to be a kind of failure unless they really pull some stuff out which can really, you know, make us fans understand. But we'll go on to the card itself. Divas Championship match between Beth Phoenix and Tamina Snuka. I think this is the first time in a while that I've actually been legitimately interested in the match, because I know Tamina Snuka her dad was Jimmy, Superfly Snuka, her going against Beth Phoenix. It's the first stepping stone for Beth Phoenix to get to Karma at WrestleMania, and I think this will be a good match if they give it time, which they really should, as they've only got 4 matches.
Well, as you hear people, Dan's done the praising. I'm going to quick give a negative. Tamina's build has been over Natalya, yeah? And Natalya, again, won. She's been doing quick matches, not been built up. She's not been a built-up diva herself. And the fighting as well. There's 2 points there that makes me believe that Tamina's build for this match hasn't been the greatest. She may have looked good, but Natalya weren't built up to put Tamina over.
Hey, at least you got a Divas title match on the card. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And what else could we have had on this card? That's what I'm going to say. So if Beth Phoenix will win this and face Karma at WrestleMania, I think we both agree on that one.
It'll be a good match because Tamina can wrestle, and Beth obviously is going to go on, as you say, and face Karma. So Beth needs to win.
It's just someone new in the title picture, no Alicia, Kelly, Eve Torres. Tamina's something new and fresh, which is why I'm looking forward to this match.
She is fresh, yes.
We got the ambulance match between Kane and John Cena. This feud has been going pretty well. I mean, that whole involvement with Eve and Ryder has been a bit in my opinion. But the general feud between these two has been going on since TLC. They've had the whole embrace the hate thing, which isn't leading to a heel turn, guys. It's not going to lead to a heel turn. If it happens on this pay-per-view, then yay. But it's an ambulance match. The last one we saw was Survivor Series 03 between Shane and Kane, and that was a pretty good match. But Shane was a guy that could really bump for his opponent, and I don't see Cena as that kind of guy. This has the potential to be a decent match, but I think we both have to agree, much to our disappointment, that John Cena kind of has to win this, as he is in the main event at WrestleMania, and they do need to give him this win going into WrestleMania to faces The Rock in that massive feud.
Well, a few points I want to make about this. The build's been good, but it's a shame that week after week after week, the WWE have used Eve and Ryder to get Cena to where he is now, which I think is stupid. They could have done it a different way to make Cena look strong. This feud against Kane, I'm going to have 2 sides, because I'm going to be a bit fair, but I will tell you who I'm going to think is winning. One, I think Cena should win, because obviously Cena's going to face The Rock, and he needs these wins at pay-per-views to give him that thing. But also there's a part of me that thinks Kane should win, because again, Kane is just returned. This could be a big way to put Kane over before Cena goes on and gets his build between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania to become a strong champion or a strong wrestler for The Rock. So either way, but overall, as much as I made 2 points there, Cena's going to win.
But also, you could argue, does Kane really need to be put over? He's been in the business now for 15 years.
But if Kane loses this...
Oh, it would definitely lead to him just being declining. Remember a great match at WrestleMania 14 with Undertaker and how he declined back to that sort of wuss Kane at WrestleMania 21, I believe it was. 20.
Again, Kane has, in my opinion, been bringing back the monster gimmick in a few of his past months to year, and I'm thinking that with Cena, you could see a monster in this, but Cena's gonna be the one to dominate and move on from that.
Yes, John Cena will win, and he won't embrace the hate, and he won't turn heel. It's not going to happen, guys. They're trying to tease it, but it ain't going to happen. If it's going to happen, they're best doing it at WrestleMania, but they're not going to do that either. But now, let's praise to God. I'm going to pray big time, but now what I'm going to do is take a sip of my drink here, because this next match, I'm not looking forward to talking about that much. The SmackDown Elimination Chamber match. No monster for NJ today. It's his birthday. He needs to stay off that shit. Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett versus Cody Rhodes versus Big Show, and in brackets versus Great Khali and Santino Marella. Okay. So we had Mark Henry getting injured, which is a real shame, and we had Randy Orton getting injured. And if those two were in there, this would be a pretty good chamber match. But Khali got replaced, Khali got put in there, and then Santino Marella, an undercard joke character, won a battle royal to get put in there. Just really ruins the main event feel of that for me.
Well, my whole thing is, when we first, after the last pay-per-view, come onto this one, this was announced as the 6-way with Mark Henry Orton. I thought, okay, they booked the match, good. Then the first night, I think it was, you had the whole Mark Henry getting taken out on the first SmackDown after the pay-per-view. I'm like, okay, then you've just advertised the match, now you're giving us this. Why did you not just put Khali in the first place? But I don't know, they've really made me not feel this match.
Let's not forget, on the go-home show, they had a match between Big Show and Mark Henry for the Royal Rumble, which wasn't needed, which led to this injury. So you could say it's unfortunate, but it's WWE's own fault for not trying to take care of their participants who could be in the main event, especially on such a thin roster on SmackDown. Daniel Bryan will retain here. I'm not looking forward to this too much. Great Khali and Santino are in there. Why the fuck would I want to look forward to that? I'm looking forward to seeing our boys, Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes, and Daniel Bryan will walk out. I don't see who the fuck could take the belt off him.
Talk about Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, their build for this has been great. Yeah, thanks WWE, thanks.
Thanks for making our boys look good. Yeah, thanks for really getting us, fucking hate WWE, don't you?
They suck. What the hell? They're in this match. Good, they've got a big match like this for the championship. Wade Barrett's in the championship match. Cody Rhodes in the championship match. Yes, but their build for this has been a real letdown. And again, WWE, we can't really see them winning. So Daniel Bryan's way. So.
Exactly. So Daniel Bryan has to win this, in our opinion. Just who else can win that unless they make Santino win or something? But I mean, we could have a possible Christian return. Who really knows? But I think the main story of this is, you know, the point you made earlier about why have an Elimination Chamber match when you don't have the star power, and the real lack of star power has really not helped this Elimination Chamber match.
With the rest of that SmackDown used to have before the injuries, this could have been a great build-up match with great wrestlers in, and actually compete against Raw's Elimination Chamber.
It's unfortunate.
But it's been such a letdown because of all the quick change they've had at the last minute.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, really. It's not entirely WWE's fault, but it is unfortunate. I assume the Raw Elimination Chamber match is going to be the main event.
And the match of the night, mainly.
And probably the match of the night, but I'll make this point. The main event on the Raw Go Home show was Cena and Kane. So, is Cena and Kane going to be the main event, or is the Elimination Chamber match going to be the main event? Because I think the Elimination Chamber match should be the main event, of course.
Well, the big question is, or the big bet, is the name of the pay-per-view is Elimination Chamber, so to have an ambulance match as the main event, again, that doesn't really tie in with the whole pay-per-view itself, so it should be the Elimination Chamber match.
Triple H versus Punk wasn't a championship match at Night of Champions, and that was the main event. I guess that had Triple H in it.
Yeah, so Triple H has always wanted the main event slot.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, whatever. So we got CM Punk, the champion, versus Dolph Ziggler, versus Chris Jericho, versus The Miz, versus R-Truth, versus Kofi Kingston. Now, Kofi Kingston doesn't look like the weak link there, but he has been looking quite strong lately. Like, he's just a bit of filler. He's just kind of a guy who, kind of like R-Truth was last year. He wasn't really built up for it, but, you know, now he is.
What I want to say about Kofi is the 2 matches before the pay-per-view, he did base some of the bets, you see. I think it was Miz and Jericho on 2 different nights.
It was Miz Jericho. He beat Miz and then lost to Jericho.
So even though he lost his last match, he did have 2 big matches, and he actually did look good in them. So I'm thinking with Kofi looking the weak link, he's actually, the rest of that, I'm thinking he's actually earned his spot here.
Yeah, and it could lead to big things for Kofi. Who knows? Money in the Bank coming up possibly at WrestleMania. So I will say this, though. This hasn't been built up too bad. I mean, you've had the whole thing with Punk and Jericho, which has been really good in my opinion. I mean, Miz has been on a real bad streak, which has really pissed me off since December because of that whole Survivor Series buy rate thing. He's been on a real bad streak, which is annoying. I'm enjoying R-Truth's character, even though I think it's too corny. Ziggler's in another main event slot, which is going to help his rise to the main event eventually later this year, I feel. So this has all the makings of a good Elimination Chamber match, in my opinion.
And the other thing I want to say is that this match has like feuds going. Like we said, like Punk and Jericho, Miz and Truth, Kofi Kingston, no.
Ziggler, no. Ziggler is having a feud with his own fucking ego right now, isn't he?
That's very true. But the fact that Ziggler's in a championship match, again, all these wrestlers, I think, apart from Kofi, maybe not, actually should be in a championship match. So I'm going to say that this match is a match I'm looking forward to, and it's got feuds that could pair up after the Elimination Chamber. So very nicely done. Miz
and Truth should pair up, should probably blow off at WrestleMania, especially if they're going to bury Miz like we know they're going to. Jericho's going to be the last entrant after winning that 6-pack challenge, so I expect some kind of face-off between CM Punk and Jericho heading into WrestleMania where they're destined to have a match, it seems like now, and a match we do really want to see. So this Elimination Chamber could be a good catalyst to set up a couple of things at WrestleMania. CM Punk versus Jericho. Either of them two could walk out, but I think Punk will walk out the champion. But I think either one, it's going to be between those two for the championship, in my opinion.
Well, the way I see this, I'm going to make 2 points again. Like, one, I think Punk's going to win, because obviously he's the guy that obviously is the big guy, the guy that WWE want to work on. So him being the final with Jericho would add hype to the feud going to WrestleMania. If Jericho wins and Punk gets to win at WrestleMania, it will give Jericho another title run. And plus, Punk a big win and a title win at WrestleMania.
Which could really do him well, as WWE usually make the baby faces win at WrestleMania.
So
it could be a good way to get him over. So this could be a good main event. If this will probably end up having to save the show, possibly, because we're probably going to have a lot of filler matches in there, which aren't going to mean anything.
Not just filler matches.
What?
Videos.
Oh, we're probably going to get loads of video packages as well of the WrestleMania, the Rock, Cena, bullshit.
Yeah.
So expect loads of... I'll say there's 4 matches... Guys out there, expect loads of filler, and if it does come, it's going to happen, so we can't do anything about it. There's going to be a lot of filler, because they've only got 4 matches. 4. I put 5 there for some reason, but 4. Maybe a filler match will be in there too.
Again, the WWE normally just throwing matches.
They threw in 2 at Royal Rumble, the biggest pay-per-view of the fucking year.
Very true, so I'm expecting there to be more matches than what we've been getting, but it's a shame that the matches won't be anything too interesting, maybe not. And the fact is, in some of the Elimination Chambers you have, like, IC champion is in the
Rhodes, my boy.
Match. So it's good that he's in it, but again, that could have been a match for this if there was a feud. But overall, again, Raw should still the night.
I will campaign for Rhodes versus Goldust at WrestleMania on my channel. I'm going to do it. Watch out for that one. But yeah, so overall, not too many expectations into this, but with it being Elimination Chamber, the one before WrestleMania, we don't really expect too much, as it is literally just there to get the title winners ready and to get some stuff ready for WrestleMania. So we'll look at it in the review. We'll look at it as to what it's doing towards WrestleMania and match quality as well. So there's a lot of things we need to take out from this, as it is the one before WrestleMania, the biggest pay-per-view of the year.
That is true. And the disappointing thing is that I thought, as this is the one right before WrestleMania, this should have more concentration on, so they can actually make this somewhat have hype, some build up to what's coming up to WrestleMania. Yes, we're going to get the champions, but again, I just think that WWE should have done bit more better than what they have done with this pay-per-view.
Would you agree, typical filler WWE pay-per-views?
Sadly, that's what it's going to be labelled this year.
Yes, so I think that WWE could learn a lesson from us here. Build up to your pay-per-views better. Just saying.
More matches would have benefited, but again, with we've got the right people in matches. I'm going to give them that. It's just a shame that obviously with 2 chamber matches, you've taken out a whole load of wrestlers, and you actually not built any other wrestler to actually have another match.
WWE, if you don't get it, got it. If you don't got it, figure it out. But anyway, get your thoughts, of course, on what you think, what you expect from this pay-per-view down in that comment section below, of course. We don't expect too much from it, but give us your thoughts anyway, NJ, and you do your little special ending to this video.
Thank you. Well, the chambers should be, it's not going to be brutal as you would expect it, because obviously WWE's policy and all changes. So again, people say, oh, it's going to be blood, there's going to be all this, but no, I don't think it's going to be anything special about this.
Also, sorry, before we go on, how the fuck have we spent 16.5 minutes talking about 4 fucking matches on a pay-per-view?
Well, we had a lot to complain about WWE.
Oh, well, carry on, NJ. Sorry I interrupted.
That's fine. All I'd say now, people, is thank you for tuning in for another video with us. Please share your thoughts, because obviously you're going to have different opinions or the same opinions in the comment section below. Until next time, people, enjoy the pay-per-view, and till next time, goodbye.